From the changes that happened to someone who's been in the spotlight for years, all the way to some dramatic changes from cosmetic procedures, here are the top 10 influencers that look unrecognizable in 2022. Starting off in our number 10 spot, we have Janelle and Jace Evans. Janelle Evans is a former star of 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom 2 and has found herself gaining quite a following recently on TikTok. Janelle has been no stranger to showing herself and the changes she and her body have gone through throughout the years. I mean, she stepped into the public eye at just 16 years old and is now 30 years old with 3 children. Janelle, however, isn't the only one we've seen undergo changes while the world watched her grow up. Janelle's oldest son, Jace, is exactly the reason she stepped into the public eye in the first place on the MTV shows. The world watched his birth years ago, and that is exactly why we were all shocked on February 2nd when Janelle posted a video and shared some selfies with the now 12-year-old Jace. It is crazy to see how much he's grown. The preteen was all smiles with his mom by his side, and Janelle captioned the post, quote, "He's almost taller than me." The pair looked like they had a great time in their little vlog that showed their fun weekend outing. In our number 9 spot today, we have Danielle Bregoli. Also known as Bad Baby, she shocked fans on TikTok when she posted a video in which she was completely unrecognizable. In the video, Bregoli can be seen mouthing along to the words of a TikTok audio track holding bags and money, but what was happening in the video was truly not what people cared about. The video went viral not because of the content, but because most people didn't even realize who it was they were looking at first, because she had completely transformed. People quickly flooded the comments with their opinions on just how much she had changed, with people saying that she didn't even look like the same person. Bregoli did reply to the comments on Instagram where she said that it was all a test and that she purposefully made herself look different to see if people would comment on her appearance, which they did. She said that this showed that people just wanted to comment for her to reply, not because they cared about what she looked like. This was met with mixed reactions, as many people were confused as to what exactly she meant. She has since admitted to getting lip fillers, veneers, and silicone in her butt. In our number 8 spot today, we have Scott Thompson. Also known as Carrot Top, Scott is one celebrity who is completely unrecognizable since his time in the spotlight. The prankster and stand-up performer has said multiple times that the change in his looks is not due to plastic surgery, but people simply seem to just not believe him. He says that the changes in appearance have come as a result of how he takes care of himself and the sorts of products he uses. His face wasn't the only thing, however, as he seemed to have put on a lot of muscle as well. This of course caused even more rumors to swirl and circulate, but he simply says that this is just a result of working out, which he says he has always enjoyed doing and now just has more time to do. In our number 7 spot today, we have Mary Magdalene. Earlier this year, Instagram influencer Mary Magdalene unveiled her newest Barbie look. The 25-year-old said that her quote new face looked like a quote forest fairy elf, and since the initial post she has gone on to post more recovery and post-op photos. Over the years, Mary has undergone several surgeries to extremely alter her looks, and this was just one of the newest endeavors on that journey. Throughout the years, her procedures have included things like a brow lift, fat transfers, multiple nose and boob jobs, veneers, liposuction, butt injections, and 3 Brazilian butt lifts. With this latest procedure, she wrote, quote, "It's a very fake looking Barbie nose, which is exactly what I asked for, and so many surgeons said it was not possible for me to have this type of nose because of my 3 prior nose jobs." She also said that this will not be her last procedure, despite almost losing her life due to one last year. In our number 6 spot today, we have Zhu Chuna. Zhu is a social media influencer and TikTok star from China who made headlines this year after a viral video by Polish YouTuber Project Nightfall hit the internet. Really, the entire story is horribly sad, as the young influencer has undergone more than 100 plastic surgeries. It is said that she is on a path to try and look like a human doll, and that the surgeries have cost her parents $620,000. It is said that the motivation behind these procedures was because she was made to feel as though she wasn't beautiful enough prior to having them, which unfortunately has led to this sort of cosmetic surgery addiction. It is is said that she will likely continue to undergo these procedures despite how harmful and dangerous some of them might be. In our number 5 spot today, we have Ollie London. Ollie London is a white influencer who was born in Britain who went viral last year for their extreme plastic surgery procedures in which they claimed to be attempting to make themselves Korean. They explained that they were emulating famous BTS singer Jimin and that they were, quote, transracial. It is said that Ollie has had 20 cosmetic procedures so far, totaling to around $250,000, but they are certainly not finished yet. No, Ollie has made claims that they will soon be undergoing more procedures this year in 2022 in an attempt to be, quote, 100% Korean. Of course, the 32-year-old influencer was quickly met with backlash for the offensive decisions, but it doesn't appear as if any hate or backlash is going to persuade their plans. In our number 4 spot today, we have Dane Cook. Dane Cook is a comedian who's been around for a lot of years, but many people would agree that the height of his fame was in the early 2000s kind of area. That isn't to put him down or anything like that, it's just the truth. That is exactly why, more recently, when photos of him began spreading around the internet, people were shocked to see that his appearance had changed quite a bit. To be completely honest, people weren't kind about the differences either, with a meme going around accompanying the photos that asked, "What happened to Dane Cook?" Many people began to speculate that perhaps the changes were due to some sort of plastic surgery procedure, but according to Dane, that's not true. The 49-year-old doesn't often respond to negativity on social media, but this time he chose to address it flat out. He wrote, quote, "So many weirdos DMing me asking why I wax my eyebrows or Botox. It's called healthy living, my friends." He went on to explain what that meant, saying, quote, "Never drank or did a all that stuff messes up your skin. I've had a dermatologist for years to help me keep my skin nice with constant travel. Drink mostly water." Some have chosen not to believe the comic, but either way, in the amount of years his career has spanned, of course we are going to see quite a few changes in him. It's the way of life. In our number 3 spot today, we have Trisha Paytas. Trisha is an influencer who is always donning a new look or style or whatever new thing they can come up with, but this time they have made this list for an entirely different reason. Who would have thought that Trisha would be on their way to becoming a mother? On February 14th, Trisha announced that they were expecting their very first child after experiencing years of fertility issues. Trisha's YouTube channel and just general online presence has been highly controversial for years, so while many of their fans were quick to support the influencer, they were also met with harsh criticism and sometimes even accusations of falsifying their pregnancy by critics. Trisha explained in their announcement videos that doctors told them that they would require IVF to conceive, and that news of their pregnancy gave them a, quote, sense of purpose. They also added that this all started to come true after they started to, quote, visualize their own pregnancy as a part of their, quote, spiritual journey. In our number 2 spot today, we have Tom Green. Tom Green is a Canadian comedy legend, and if you've been watching the new Laugh Out Loud Canada season, then you'd know that he is sporting a completely different look. Turns out Tom has left the Hollywood life in order to live a more simple life in a log cabin in rural Canada. He explained that the move came as he was after a more laid-back lifestyle after living a life full of success. People were shocked to see that Tom had really embraced a look to match his new setting when he donned a full beard with long hair to match. He has also been giving fans a glimpse into his new, simple life while he answers questions and takes viewers on walks with him throughout his home and outside, some of which last hours. He explains that the long live streams are actually a part of a bit because he thinks they're ridiculous, and he kind of just wants to see who will stay captivated and part of the conversation, despite there not really being a reason for a 4-hour-long live stream. In our number 1 spot today, we have Chloe Khan. Chloe Khan first came to the spotlight in 2010 when she stepped onto the X Factor stage covered head to toe in fake tan, ready to take the world by storm. That is exactly why the now 29-year-old shocked fans everywhere when she posted photos of her next to some expensive cars showing her total glam transformation and honestly huge lifestyle change. She looked completely unrecognizable as many fans immediately began pointing out, with one even writing, quote, "Bet her daughter would not recognize her," her, referring to Chloe's daughter Destiny. Of course, there are always going to be critics, but with the harsh comments also came a lot of support from fans as well. Chloe was quite upfront with the procedures she has had done, as well as how much they cost her, saying she'd spent, quote, $20K on my boobs, $9K on my nose, $8.5 on veneers, and my lips were another $10K. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thank you so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!